Hello, Huskies, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk-a-Latte podcast. My name is Jamie, your host, and today's episode is, I would say, an exciting one. It is exciting. I know that winter is a very rough season for some people, and so what we're going to do today on this episode is talk about some of the amazing things that you can do during the winter to keep yourself entertained and get you through those snowy months. So today I am joined here with three very lovely guests. So we will start with you, Mariana, and we will introduce ourselves, where you work on campus, or if you're a student, what you're studying and where you're from.
My name is Mariana Nakashima, and I'm the administrative assistant for IPS.
My name is Chetna, and I am a student, like a PhD student in computer science and engineering. I'm working under Dr. Gayambra, so my major focus is on mental health.
My name is Lusuilo. I go by Lu or Lusu. I'm from Malawi. I'm a master's student in health informatics here at MT.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. So before we start getting into the activities and the fun things you can do in the winter, let's talk a little bit about what you expect with the winter weather. So what kind of temperatures should you expect? What is the snowfall like up in the Upper Peninsula?
All right, so the temperature is interesting because it can range from feels like minus 20. So when you think about what you're going to wear the next day, look at what the feels like temperature, because the wind will make all the difference. So it could be from minus 20 all the way to 40s maybe. But don't worry, minus 20 won't be like every day. It will not be for a long periods of time, but there will be moments that it will be very cold like that. And snow amounts, we get about 220 inches of snow as an average per year.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And it's actually really cool because up in the Keweenaw, there's like a little snowfall count meter. And so that's really crazy to see that that's the amount of snow that we get in a year. And so for our international students who are probably from somewhere that do not see weather like this in the winter months, what is your advice for maybe new students coming in on how to prepare for the winter? What to wear? What are some safety tips that you should follow?
So I'm from really south of India, so it's like very hot coming from there, and because I came here in fall, it was a gradual decrease of the temperature, and I was able to get used to the cold eventually over the fall and through November, December, and like mostly what I have seen here is like in the November first snowfall might happen. So one day you'll be sleeping and randomly you wake up and you see like completely white out there. So that's fun.
That's the start of it.
So I came in January at the peak of snow. Of course, it was not really much snow, but there was snow. Yeah. So coming from back home, it was around 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know in Fahrenheit how it would be, but 30 degrees Celsius, and coming here, landing, it's 1.
Yeah.
And then dropping to negatives, it was really hard. And fortunately enough, some people had told me that you need to have snow boots, you need to have wool socks, really heavy socks that you can put on. You need to get some gloves. I had very light gloves that they were not waterproof. It was very hard in the first place. I had a big coat, very big, that it was heavy on me the first days. A hat, and I didn't have earmuffs. So I had to get through that, put on hoodies, and make sure that I'm well dressed to go through the winter, and try as much not to miss the campus shuttle, so that I don't walk down to campus. But it was fun in the first place. But then as I went, come February, it was no longer fun.
Yeah, and I think that's the hard part about, coming to a new country in a new area like this, is people will say, it's going to be this cold, this amount of snow, and then you're like, oh, okay, whatever, and then you're actually in it, and you're like, oh my gosh. And I know I have to do this because I do this every episode, but there's someone else in this podcast studio right now that has also came during the spring semester in the bulk of winter. So Farida, what was your experience like coming to Michigan Tech in the winter?
I did not think that I could ever experience that much cold, and I would ever see that much snow. But yes, it was beautiful to see the snow. Even as we were walking here today, I was telling Lucy how beautiful it is when like you see like a lot of the snow on the pine trees. It looks so magical. That was actually one of the best things that I enjoyed seeing anytime I woke up in the morning and then I pulled up my blinds. But with regards to dealing with the cold, I too struggled with layering for the first few weeks, and until I discovered thermal wears, and that kind of made my cold journey a lot better.
Yes. Thank you for your words of advice. Shout out to our producer for being here with us as well today. But yeah, definitely a lot to wear, a lot of things you need to prepare. Did you have something that you wanted to add?
So there is a couple of tips I got to know, like from myself and also from others, is that like whenever you cover your ears and the neck area and the hands and the fingers and your toes, and that's all you need for the winters.
Exactly.
So it heats up your body and maintains the temperature within you. So yes.
Right. Yeah, and speaking of, dressing appropriately, obviously, if the shuttle's not available or if you're on campus going between buildings and you don't have that opportunity to drive, I know Mariana loves to talk about something that you can add on the bottom of your boots or your shoes that you think are a necessity.
Yes, so there's this attachment that you can buy that you can put it on your boots, and they're like clippers. That way you won't slide, because we do have a lot of hills in Houghton. So that way you're really, really grounded. It's really, really helpful. And you can remove them really easy as you are coming to a building. Or a lot of people will have like a second pair of tennis shoes with them in their backpack or in their office. So they could trade them, because you don't want to be wearing boots all day long inside either, because it will get too hot. So just have a second pair of shoes and then put those attachments, drags are called, into your shoes. Definitely a good plus.
Yes. I slipped on ice and broke my ankle a few winters ago. And I mean, I wasn't running, I wasn't doing any sport. They're like, oh, were you skiing? And I'm like, nope, I was just walking. So yeah, definitely would recommend dressing appropriately. I think I was wearing like flat dress shoes at the time. So maybe if I wore those, bottom of the shoe cleats, I would have been fine.
Awesome.
And then another thing too that I wanted to touch on, and obviously on the podcast we also have a mental health episode series going on as well, but since this is revolving around winter, I wanted to talk a little bit about mental health in the winter, and kind of ways you can combat that seasonal depression that does occur, obviously, because we don't see the sun much in the winter as opposed to the summer. So what are some of your guys' tips to kind of navigating that change of the lack of sunlight in the winter?
First of all, just getting out of the bed.
Exactly.
So staying indoors or just sleeping in doesn't make you feel any better. Not at all. So just getting out of the bed and starting a day with a coffee or something, like if you're a coffee addict, then you'll have some energy to get out. And of course the Sundays.
Yes, we love that plug.
And definitely vitamin D.
Okay, so just to add on what Shetana has said, I would encourage trying to socialize. Being here in the winter, far away from home, far away from my relatives and all that circle of family and all, trying to socialize takes a toll of all that heavy stress about being far, the school stress and the cold in particular. So one of the things that I would encourage is trying to attend the organizational activities that are arranged on campus. We have ASO, ISO, GSG, and so forth and so forth. And IPS too, it was things like sunlight days and tea time. So tea time was one of the things that I would really sneak into and have a good time, because we'll talk, learn about other people's experiences, a little bit of some cheap therapy, free therapy, because you get to talk and just socialize. So it's one of the good things that you can do. Try to engage in activities. Just as Shetana said, don't be in your bed all day long. Try to watch movies. Just do something that doesn't just keep you all engaged in your stress and everything. Sure.
Another thing that I believe is good is to keep a good schedule. It's really easy in the winter, like Chetna said, to fall asleep and then completely change your schedule. So keep on a schedule where you still wake up every day at the same time in the morning. And I think adding some going to the gym every day, that really helped. Another thing that I love about the gym at Michigan Tech is that we have a really amazing sauna or sauna, like they call it here. In the days that you're really cold and you're there, it's like the warmth will all the way inside your body, like even your bones feel really hot. I think you keep it through the whole day. So I think the sauna is really important with an exercise routine. I think, and then we have swimming pools, so you can swim too. I think it's good to keep those routines. It definitely gives you something to look forward when you wake up or before you're going to bed or somewhere in the afternoon.
And what is a sauna for those that may be wondering what that is?
All right, so it's a room that is all wood and it has a stove that you can do like a dry sauna when you don't put any water. But if you want to have like a steamy sauna, then you can put a little bit of water on the rocks and it creates this beautiful like it's all
Making in a pan sound.
Some people bring like eucalyptus oil, something like that, so it feels really, really good.
Yeah, and like Mariana mentioned, the SDC has a sauna in their locker rooms. There's also one in the bathroom on the ground floor of WADS as well. And so, yeah, there's plenty of opportunities to go and do that and try to combat the cold and warm up for a little bit. I know, like you said, with the essential oils as well, a lot of people, like if they're under the weather, they'll go have a sauna and try to get that out of their systems. But yeah, that's definitely a very popular activity in the winter.
Okay, so I wanted to add one thing. Hair. The hair gets really dry and it breaks a lot. And the skin too. So it's good to have very good lotion if you can, or try to moisturize the hair very often. Yeah. Just wanted to add on that.
Recommendations for products that are good for that?
I have been using, what do you call this? Vaseline. Vaseline lotion, that's the one that I usually use. And the Vaseline petroleum jelly. And for my hair, I've been using shea butter. And it works. My hair breaks a lot, but with that I see that at least it's not that bad.
Like rosemary water too?
Yeah, exactly. Clove and rosemary.
So try not to go out with your hair wet. Always have like a hat to cover your hair.
Okay.
Also plenty of water during sauna.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And even just winter in general. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about winter is because it's so cold, you don't need to drink water, and it's actually like the complete opposite. So,
of course.
Yeah. So other than taking saunas, what are some other fun activities or places that you think people should go out and adventure in and see in the winter?
So one place I remember that I went like in 2023 is, so in winters the beautiful places you can visit is the waterfalls, where it becomes like the crystally ice texture. So one of the place nearby is the Ibn Caves. I'm not exactly sure how far it is, but it's pretty near. So it's like a nice trekking in the snow, and I was not sure about the snowshoeing and all those at that time, so my legs were going in and out of the snow, but it was fun. So definitely people should visit that, or any waterfalls I could mention. So when they turn those icy smooth, and be careful, we can slide.
Yes, for sure.
So in winter, I did much of the opposite of what we have been talking about. Unfortunately, I would be in bed most of the times, rarely go out, and tried as much to be a gym girl, which I did. It's not the opposite. That was good. I tried as much to be the gym girl and socialize, make sure that I attend tea time, make sure that I attend any ASO activity that we have. I've never been to GSG. I didn't know much about GSG. I just learned much of it during the summer in this fall semester. So I tried as much to go to the activities and watch movies. I can tell you I've watched so much movies in the winter than I have watched this semester. And I've seen people have trips to Mount Ripley for, is it skating? Yeah. Skiing.
Snowboarding.
Yeah, skiing and snowboarding. So Well, I hope to try that this semester, but last semester I was so scared of the cold. Sure.
Yeah, so at IPS we have a session where students will register to learn how to ski or snowboard. So I think that's a plus for all students. It's not very expensive, it's discounted, but it's a really good way to learn. It's very difficult to, I believe, like cross country you can learn kind of on your own, but definitely no downhill and snowboarding. So I think those are really good activities. Another thing that I like is the Michigan Tech trails. I think they're even more beautiful in the winter with all the snow, the pine trees, and sometimes it looks like big cotton balls on top of the trees. And when the wind comes, all the snow like starts flying, and it's really beautiful. So, and like Shetna said, it makes a big difference if you could rent those or you can buy them. They're not very expensive snowshoes. Then that way your feet doesn't go all the way down. And then when it comes to see waterfalls, another good thing, if you want to be part of the Outdoor Adventure Club, they do all those activities for free and safety, because you, believe it or not, you could even climb a waterfall, but you have to do it with the right gear and with somebody that is watching you and knows what they're doing. I personally will not do it, but in a safety matter. Then another thing is like you can walk around the Lake Superior shores, but you should never go too deep in from the shore, because even though it might look safe and there's a lot of frozen area, there are places where there are holes. So you might think that you're walking into a frozen area, and it's not. So if you decide to walk along the shore of Lake Superior, make sure you don't go any deep. Like stay very close to the shore.
And I think that's the nice thing about Michigan Tech as well, in the local area, is everyone embraces the nature and
That's true.
the opportunities. And so, like Mariana touched on, outdoor adventure program, and there's departments on campus that offer these equipment rentals and all of that stuff. So definitely something to take advantage of. I know I wanted to mention ice fishing, which around this area I don't really know. I know there's like a fishing club at Michigan Tech, so maybe they go and do that. But I went for the first time last year, and again, like you mentioned, walking on the ice, be careful. So I was freaking out the whole time. I was like, the ice is gonna break. I'm gonna go in. But it was actually really, really fun. Like I think I might actually like that better than fishing in the summer. So that was really fun, and another fun idea to do as well. But as Lusu mentioned as well, indoor activities too. There's nothing wrong with that, because there are going to be days when we have a huge snowstorm, 50-mile-per-hour winds, and there's no way that I'm going to be like going sledding or something and flying off my sled in the wind. So definitely a lot of activities. So another thing on campus during the winter is hockey season. So I don't know, everyone's saying yeah, so I assume people have been to the games. But what is hockey, ice hockey? Maybe someone doesn't know out there. And what is the atmosphere of Michigan Tech hockey?
I think there's some families here that live for hockey. I know that my son is in high school, and there's kids that even like from the age of 2, they have been learning how to play hockey. And every weekend, I never seen this, they go either to Metro Detroit or Minneapolis to play hockey. So this is their life, and they take it very serious. So I know that we're Division 1 for hockey, and we're very, very competitive as a university. And people really, like I said, locals really take their hockey serious. And I think students are allowed to go to every game for free. There's a section for them, and they really enjoy it. So definitely a fun thing to watch. It's very intense. It's very fast. Sometimes a little aggressive, but
yes, that's the fun part.
But it's a very fast game for sure.
Yes. Yeah, and touching on hockey as well, obviously we have the really nice ice rink up at the SDC, and there's actually open skating, ice skating hours in the winter as well. I think students can get in for free, but then I think if you don't have your own ice skates, I think you can rent them for like $5. So that's really awesome as well. I know that I went a few times last year, and I saw some international students trying it for the first time, and it was really cool because
lovely.
I also did not grow up skating. I'm like the rare Uber in the area that didn't grow up like skating since she was 3. So I was right in the same boat with all of our international students, just looking like you're too scared to move, but a lot of fun. Are there any other activities that you guys like to do, whether that's indoor, outdoor during the winter?
Games. Play games at the MUB. There are all these open games.
Yeah, and the Mub Commons now, they actually have like that whole board game section that you can just take them out and go and...
Yeah. And one of the fun activities that I attended last semester was the sip and paint.
Oh, yeah.
So
What did that entail?
So that was organized by ASO. So you had a canvas with a picture of Bob Marley where you had to paint. So you had to paint Bob Marley. There were all sorts of Bob Marleys, but well, we tried and it was fun. So seeing how skilled other people are, how other people like me are skilled in painting, it was fun. Seeing all shapes of Bob Marley and you'd have warm beverages and food brought in. So it was fun to socialize and just be part of a group.
Yeah, definitely. What about you? Since you've been here for a while at Michigan Tech now?
Yeah, mostly I go to play volleyball like in SDC, so there's nice teams playing over there. So even many international students get to play, and there's even a WhatsApp group for that to play volleyball. So that's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, there are like ton of people in there.
Oh,
So
is there a way that students can join that might be listening?
I think yes. Like just contact the admin person and
Awesome. And then along with winter, there's all these activities, but then there's also some big events that go on throughout the winter as well. So we'll start obviously with one right at home at Michigan Tech, but the Michigan Tech Winter Carnival. So this arguably might be one of the biggest, obviously, winter carnivals probably in the whole country, because it is amazing to see what the students put together. But what is Winter Carnival? What does that entail? Because there's so many different pieces that make the whole carnival.
Yeah, so the Winter Carnival this year will be from the 4th to the 7th in February, and it's just wonderful. You have all the student organizations that are doing really large-scale statues based on the theme. So this year's theme is Through Ice and Snow to Space We Go. So other years have been other themes, so all they need to be related to this theme. So it's really nice to see how different everybody will take that title. And they are doing it for days and days and days in a row until, of course, the day before, when you see them overnight doing it, and it's amazing. Sometimes it's just so cold, and then they're still there, and you can see like how Michigan Tech students are so good at working together and how giving each other breaks and keep going. So it's really nice to see that intensity.
Yeah, and especially, the snow statues are definitely a big part, because obviously they have the month-long competitions where they're working every single night for a month leading up to the actual judging day, but then they also have the overnight statues. I know when I was a student, we did just the all-nighter one, and it didn't even really look like anything. But, some people make amazing all-nighter ones. But, yeah, that's definitely pretty popular. I know in the past few years, I don't know again if it'll be this year, but they had a chili truck, like a food truck that was giving out chili, and it was kind of funny because the truck would come by and then there'd be students running after them. Chasing them down. But did you guys get to experience Winter Carnival last year?
Yes. So, like Mariana said, when the students put all their efforts in it and they really think through it, and we could see like big dragons and all the big statues that are made, and even like on the very, very bad weather days, like it's too windy, it is like too cold, people just stay over there and do it. Like, oh my God, I can't even walk. How can you stay in
for hours and hours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I did attend a winter carnival last year. Of course, I didn't this year. It's 2025, right? Okay. I didn't. It was an all-nighter. They were trying to make an Egyptian pyramid. I didn't stay much because I didn't put on. I didn't have a lot of layers on me. But it was amazing to see how a lot of students came in. People were giving out. There was a place where we had hot chocolate coming in, and aside the hot chocolate, there were places. There was a fire that you can just go and spend some time, warm yourself up, and all these organizations coming in, clubs, making their own snow statues. It was beautiful, but I enjoyed it the most the next morning when all the statues were gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful event. It's time to just socialize. The band playing, that was also another interesting thing for the night.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing event, and I would encourage people to attend because it's once in a year, and you have to be there.
Yeah.
It's once a moment and it's gone.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they also have like mini events throughout it as well. Like normally, I think they have karaoke
Mhm.
in them up during the all-nighters, so I love going to watch that. But they'll have little pop-up things. I know the Center for Student Mental Health and Wellbeing, I think they normally do like a little mocktail station, and some other groups and registered organizations on campus. They'll sell like grilled cheese. I know that's
Yes.
my go-to place. But yeah, just a lot of fun. And another staple I feel like of Winter Carnival too, and just winter in general up here, is Broom Ball.
Yes.
So what is Broom Ball for people that are probably wondering what that is and have never heard of it before?
So far, my understanding, like as a viewer, is just like people who likes to skate, like but not a pro skating person. So they just have a broom and they just play to hit the
Disc. Is it like a disc?
the ball. And yeah, it happens mostly in the outdoors, so not like a indoor hockey. Yeah.
Yeah, they just like skate around, but not on skates. They're just in their winter boots, and they're just, yeah. But that's also something that's funny to watch because people that can't skate, like you said, they just go and do it. And I keep trying to get recruited for that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. You see what happened when I was walking on ice the other year. So. But yeah, did anyone else have anything else to touch on in terms of Winter Carnival and maybe your experience from that?
What I do love about Winter Carnival, that I see a lot of alumni coming back to Michigan Tech, even international students, and I love to see international students coming back. There's some of them that get together in Metro Detroit and they just drive back because they miss Michigan Tech, but they really love Winter Carnival.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, of course domestic, but I just love seeing the internationals coming back.
that's lovely.
So there will be also a DJ night in the Winter Carnival, and it's like it happens in front of a big open area in front of my building, I guess. So that's like a big space for all the international students and the undergrads, grads, and everyone over here. Even sometimes faculty gets it. I don't know. Yes, but that is fun.
Yes, that is very fun too. And yeah, seeing everyone dance and have fun, and especially because it is a lot of the international students too that come in here and they're like, oh my gosh, I hate the winter.
Yeah.
And you see them having fun until like 3 a.m. on campus, and you're like, no, winter's not so bad, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah. And that's just a small piece, obviously. Like we said, it's only jam packed into a few days, So it's an amazing time, though. And obviously, in the area, there's other events that go on throughout the winter as well. So what are some of those, Mariana?
Well, another one that happens in February is the Copper Dog 150. 150 means that the dogs are actually racing 150 miles.
Wow.
So these dogs are kind of hybrid dogs. It used to be, back in the day, Siberian Huskies, but now they're Siberian mixed with Malamutes. So they're very strong dogs. Some are like actually smaller, medium-sized dog, but very, very strong. And it's so cute, like see them wearing little booties.
Aw.
And like because the snow is so cold, and they sometimes pass into areas that there's ice, so they wear little shoes. And then they are probably between 8 to 12 dogs per sled, and it's just amazing. Like they do it at night, and they start at night, and they you can see them passing through Calumet. It starts and ends in downtown Calumet, so it's really nice to see them going. But they are going to, they race 150 miles in 3 days. So they stop at people's houses that, that are volunteering to host the sled dogs. So it's really beautiful to see.
Wow.
Oh.
I love these podcast episodes because, again, this is one of these things I did not know why it was called 150. But here we go. I learned that. So go little dogs.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's such a fake Yupa.
Oh my gosh. weights episode.
Oh my god.
More afraid of. But yes, I am. Sometimes I think I am a fake Uber, honestly.
Some groups are come all the way from Alaska. Too. So these are
Wow.
dogs that really know how to race.
Yeah.
And there is a group that has, I believe, retired Huskies here. Some students that volunteer there, and one student actually said that he realized he wanted to be a vet
Wow.
for his undergrad and go to veterinarian school after volunteering with the
dog.
retired
Okay.
doggies.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and even during the actual copper dog too, there are volunteer opportunities to be like traffic control and like being a crossing guard too, to make sure that there's no cars when the dogs are crossing. But yeah, definitely an amazing thing to see as well, and the dogs were so cute. And then another, I guess, local holiday celebration thing that we have is called Hakenpaiva. And Hakenpaiva, so this is basically like a winter Finnish festival. So similar, I guess, to Michigan Tech's Winter Carnival, but this is just a local area Finnish celebration, just kind of, again, embracing winter. And so this year it's going to be on January 24th, 2026. And again, this is just a lot of action-packed events and things going on. My personal favorite, I don't partake in it, but I watch it, is the polar plunge, where people will just jump into Lake Superior or the canal during this day in the winter. When it's, I know, I'm like, even going in there during the summer sometimes. It's really so, again, not embracing my Uber roots by that, but that's one of the amazing things that they do. There's a parade, obviously. We love our parades in this area. They do different tours of saunas as well, because I do believe that they have some local businesses that sell saunas during this time. So you can go ahead and look around at some of those. And then my another one of my personal favorites that they do every year is the wife carrying contest.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds exactly like it is. Where husbands and wives will carry their wives and race other.
Oh my god.
So carrying their wives.
Wow.
So why, I don't really know, but it's an experience and probably something to watch. So definitely check that out. And husbands, if you want to race and carry your wife, make sure you do that at Hakenpaiva. And then the last place to go, I guess, that I want to mention as well is Mount Bohemia. So has anyone in this group been to Mount Bohemia in the winter?
My friends went there, and I really fought with them that they didn't take me that day. But I heard there's a nice ski place. I'm not sure about the snowboarding, but it's a nice skiing place, and it's very famous for the skiing. Also, they have the hot tub, the bath, and that's the super awesome, funny place where you can just sit in the hot water outside and just watch the snow.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if you're not a skier or snowboarder, you can still go there in the winter because, yeah, the hot tub, they have, I believe, like a steam room. They have a sauna as well. They also have really, really good wood-fired pizza that they make there.
Wow.
Okay.
And we love our food in this department and in this podcast, so that's definitely something to check out. But, yeah, it's definitely a hangout place, even in the summer. Like, there's people that go up there. I think they have, like, a net set up in the pool to play volleyball and stuff in the summer. So, yeah, they're open all year round.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. Whether you want to ski or snowboard or just go to enjoy the hot tub, make sure you add that on your list. And they also have something interesting at Mount Bohemia, and they're called yurts.
Okay.
Mariana, do you want to tell us about what yurts are?
Yeah, a yurt is a small round house. So, and the energy feels really good inside. Like, it's really nice. They're really beautiful. My friend owns one, and I was there once. And it just felt really good being in it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know that, I believe at Mount Bohemia as well, you can rent them for like the night. It's kind of like a hotel, but you're just staying in them while you're skiing and snowboarding. And yeah, definitely one of the go-to places. And Mount Ripley as well, we touched on earlier. We will have an episode released talking with Dan from Mount Ripley to talk all things ski hill, snowboarding, and all of that. So overall, we've kind of covered a lot of different activities, whether that's indoor, watching movie marathons with Lusu, or going to see the Michigan Tech Winter Carnival. But for your advice for new students that might be coming in, this spring semester, what should be on people's winter bucket list? Whether that's places to go, things to see, activities to do.
First of all is the skiing or snowboarding. I'm pretty sure people, international people coming, and they never have experienced the snow before. So skiing and the snowboarding is like a very new thing for them. I know it might be a little bit scary that, oh my god, I'm gonna fall off the hill, but it's really fun. So people do have to reach out to IPS about the classes, for the skiing or snowboarding. Yeah, and they have to check that out for once.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would also say plan to attend the winter carnival, because that's the peak of the winter, I could say, here as I experienced last semester. I didn't have a bucket list, to be honest, but I would advise or encourage someone to learn of the activities that happen during the winter. Learn of the clubs, learn of the organizations, learn of all these places that people go to, so that you can have a proper bucket list. Now I have a bucket list. It's a little bit vague, but well, I want to make snow angels. So that's one of the things that I wanted to do. But I was so scared to do last semester. Now I have some confidence that I can do it. And try to do some skiing or snowboarding, because I was so scared to do that last semester. So it's good to go for a try. Just shake off the fears, which I'm trying to do right now, and go for it. So it's the moment you say go for it and you go for it, that's you tick off everything on the bucket list.
Yes. Come outside admin building and we'll make snow angels together.
Yay!
So also for Christmas and for New Year in downtown Houghton, there will be some mini events that are going on. So do check it out for that, because that's really fun. Once when I went there was Mariana too. For that, there was horse with a cart. Taking people in for a ride around the downtown. So that was fun.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Another thing that I would like to add is winter is fun, but the way that you dress makes all the difference. So make sure you check free clothing at the university and keep an eye and get yourself a snow pants. Eventually, in order to be comfortable here, you have to have a snow pants.
Exactly.
So don't wait until 3 months of suffering. Get them sooner than later.
I can testify on that too. Warm pants are everything. Keeping warm is everything. You can't enjoy winter if you're not keeping warm.
Yes. And putting in a plug, I know we mentioned it already, but the IPS Sundays, what that event entails is we'll send out an email to our email list when we're having one happen the next day, but we have a vitamin D sun lamp, so you can just come into the office, enjoy a warm beverage, talk with others. Some people make calls, some people do homework, but definitely another way to get that vitamin D.
And if you're feeling blue by any means, you're welcome to come. We have a big table when you can study and turn that lamp for yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to be during our Sundays. If you're just feeling like you need that little extra boost, definitely do that. And yeah, as Mariana mentioned, the Husky clothing closet, especially during winter time, we'll start seeing those winter jackets or nice gloves, not just the thin gloves, mittens, earmuffs, whatever it may be. And so to close this episode, I wanted to do a little section on some fun topics or questions that we came up with just to embrace the winter and get ourselves ready for that. So the first one is, what is your favorite warm winter beverage?
Mine is a hot chocolate. Yeah. I'm not a coffee person, because I know there are a lot of people, Americans, that love coffee. They wake up on coffee, and coffee is life. But once I take coffee, it's a sleepy day for me sometimes. So I would go for hot chocolate and tea. So I would take dozens and dozens of cups of teas or hot chocolate during winter, and it keeps me going, keeps me warm. And
mine would be hot chocolate, and I'm like a coffee lover, so I prefer mocha, so a combination of a chocolate and a coffee.
Wow.
So extra shot of espresso makes me going.
Wow.
I side with Lusu on the hot chocolate too. I'm not much of a coffee lover, but I do love lattes. And Christian did put us on matcha latte too. I am slowly gravitating towards that too.
Wow.
There's a reason our podcast is called Talk-a-Latte.
That is funny because I was going to say I would have been saying coffee or hot chocolate, but thanks to Christian now.
Shout out to Christian, our other host that could not be here today, getting us on all the matcha latte addictions. But yeah, I think I love tea all times of the year. I think that's normally my go-to, but I do like coffee when I need that caffeine boost. But I really like peppermint hot chocolate because obviously like the winter time, the Christmas time, it gives you like that minty flavor. So anything like that I love. But yeah, in terms of, I guess, warm beverages, that could be something we could talk about as well. What are some of your go-to coffee shops or places around the area that you like in the winter or just all year round?
So, because Big B is nearby, so we can just go in there and get a coffee. But there is one place in Hancock. It's called Bonkers, and I'm not sure about the full name. But it is a pretty place to go, which has mostly decorated with toys and the Legos. They made even a big giant wheel with the Lego, and you can just go sit, hang out. They have many board games and everything packed up, so you can go sit there, have a coffee, and play games with your friends or something. So that is also a go-to place.
So I haven't been out much, but I've seen a lot of students coming in the library. There's a corner shop. I've forgotten its name.
Velodrome.
Yep, Velodrome. So I can feel the aroma of the coffee coming in. I feel it would be good too.
Yes.
And aside the ones that Chetana said, that would be a go-to person too. And it's very convenient as well. Sure.
Definitely.
Another one that is good if you have a car is the Q and a Coffee Work in Calumet. Oh, so good. Like, they have the best avocado toast. And really good coffee.
Yes.
Awesome.
They have actually like a French toast latte there, and that's actually my favorite as well. we gotta plug in them as well. But yeah, there's great options around the area. I know there's a place downtown, Prickly Pine, as well. I haven't had a chance to get there yet, but yeah, a lot of options. And I know the library is obviously a very convenient option as well. So let's play a little fun game of Would You Rather. All right, so would you rather snowshoe 5 miles or shovel your driveway for an hour after a snowstorm?
Me personally, I have seen my friend shoveling the driveway like 6 times in a single day.
Oh.
So never ever planning to get a car or
Welcome
something.
to UP.
So I definitely prefer the snowshoeing.
Yes.
Yes, that's way better than shoveling.
Yes.
I think I will agree with Chetna. It's not just like you snowshoeing, but it's also an exercise in itself, and you get to see the beautiful scenery, all this cotton looking like snow in the trees. So I think I would go for that, for snowshoe 5 miles and not shovel, because the hands get really cold and you feel like sneaking in the house over and over again. So it would take you not just an hour, but more than maybe 5 hours. Yeah, and the snow keeps falling on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when I have, I'll be honest, I haven't really shoveled my driveway very much, but when I have done it, it is horrible because when you're walking, you're seeing nature, like you guys say, but when you are shovel your driveway, you only see the ground and you see this like amount of white piling up and piling up and piling up, and then you're like, oh my goodness, it's so heavy.
Yes.
Yeah, in my yard too, we have a lot of trees, and so if it's a windy day, I'll be like shoveling with our big winter snow scoop, and then if a big gust of wind comes, then the
Snow comes falling
flies
back.
off of the trees onto my head, so I'm like, what's happening? But I do have a funny memory growing up. When I was younger, I had a cat. I had him for 17 years.
Wow.
And he was like an outdoor-indoor cat, and my dad was scooping our driveway, and this cat, he loved the winter, and he was like jumping in the snow scoop as my dad pushing the snow, and so it's funny because when you're younger or when you're an animal, you love winter, but then you're the one pushing the snow in the driveway, not as fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But it sounds like snowshoeing is everyone's fun activity in here instead of shoveling. What about, maybe this could be like a winter carnival based, I guess. Would you rather win a snowball fight tournament or build a snow fort?
Wow.
What's a tricky one? I don't know both, but it's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
I think the snowball tournament. The snow fort sounds like really painful.
It does. It does.
Winning the snowball fight, though, does that mean you're getting hit with snowballs, though? Because that might hurt too. But if you win,
But if you're winning, it will give you so much confidence.
Exactly. And I will have so many layers that I probably will not feel anything.
all right, and we'll close it up with: would you rather spend the day in a Finnish sauna or cozy up in a cabin with a hot chocolate or coffee?
I would go with something that has to do with food. So that's exactly like cozy up in a cabin with hot chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
This just feels like polar plunge, Finnish sauna, and a hot chocolate or coffee, like a mocha. All three in a day.
I want that.
And then Lucy's just speaking our language on this podcast. Where's the food? I'm there. Where's the matcha lattes? We're there.
Exactly.
But yes, there is a bright side to winter though as well. These are all winter activities, and no one argued with any of them, I guess, except for the shoveling a little bit. But again, there's a lot to see in the winter, a lot of things to do, so definitely check them out. And I'd like to thank our lovely guests here for joining us today for this podcast episode.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Farida.
And thank you, IPS, for doing all the help that you can do. All the time, like in all seasons. Yes.
And shout out once again to our producer, Farida.
Woo.
I'm a little mad at her though because she straight up called me out earlier, but that's okay. You do as well. But if a snowball hits you, it's not me. Anyway, we will see you next time for another episode of the Talk-a-Latte podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been an IPS production with Michigan Tech University. If you would like to be featured in a future episode, reach out to us at ips@mtu.edu or come to our office in the administration building. Bye!